Change. Well, they say change is good for all of us, right? And change is the only constant. And change is something that we can't stop. We can't do nothing about changing. But sometimes change is good. Sometimes it's for the better. A lot of times it's for the better. So today we're going to talk about times. I got this list, right? I was on Instagram, and I saw a list that said, this list is from Alex L-E-L-L-E. And Alex said, I knew I was changing when. So today we're going to talk about some signs that you might be changing and for the better. I'm QueenAusetHeru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Asking Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to everybody that you know. Everybody that you know, okay? Please drop us a positive comment in the comment section. And if you want to get a reading done, or if you want to talk to me, if you would like to get some Asking Aquarius merchandise, if you want to become a patron on Patreon, if you want to send me a gift like this gift that came from my Amazon wish list, thank you to the anonymous person that sent it. Any of those things are underneath this video. Okay, check it out. All right, guys, I knew I was changing. Okay, these are some good ones. All right, the first one, I stopped ignoring red flags and romanticizing unhealthy relationships. How many of us have made a scarf out of the red flags? Okay, how many of us have romanticized an unhealthy relationship? That this is one that I hear a lot that I really am worried about. A lot of people will come to me and they will have a lover who's treating them like shit, a lover that's being toxic, and they'll say, but this person is my twin flame. This person is just running and I'm the chaser. You know, there's a lot of literature about what a twin flame is and all that kind of stuff. I researched it one time, and basically some people think that a person is their twin flame who is not their twin flame, not even a soulmate, not even a karmic relationship, but they love this person, so they decide that's what the person is, or they have a codependency, infatuation, obsession with this person and decide that's what it is. And the next thing I know, they're romanticizing the most unhealthy, toxic relationship you can ever imagine. So that one is good. When people stop doing that, it's a sign that they're getting healthier. So if you used to do that, because many of us did, if you used to do that and you don't do it now, you're definitely growing up. Number 2, I accepted people for where they were in life. You have to do this. You must. You cannot make a person change. Okay? You have to accept them where they are. And if where they are is unacceptable, toxic, abusive, or D, any of the above, you leave them where they are. Okay? You leave them right there and you go somewhere else. Okay? So if you come to this space where you've like, you know what, that's just where this person is in life, and if you can deal with it and it's not harmful to you, then fine. I started feeling safe with myself. This is so sweet. I love this list. So some people don't feel safe when they're alone at all. And some people don't trust themselves. So if you're starting to feel safe with yourself, that is a beautiful sign. I stopped holding grudges and trying to force people to be what they weren't. How many times have you met somebody and been like, if they would just tweak here and there and there and there, they'd be perfect for me? We often think that, but the truth of the matter is that you can't force somebody to change, especially if it's not who they are. You can't change a person in that way. And also, they'd mentioned, I stopped holding grudges. You know something, if a person does something to you, you absolutely have the right to be hurt. You have the right to be angry. You have the right to demand restitution for what they've done. But holding on to a grudge is really not harmful to the other person. It's harmful to you. You're the one that's holding on to the resentment and the bitterness and the ugliness and the heaviness and the darkness that comes with holding on to the grudge. So if you can't forgive them and let it go, at least try to not let it harm you by being emotionally charged. Try to let the venom go down. Like, try to breathe it out. Try to calm it down, and maybe eventually you'll be able to let it go. You may never reconcile with this person. You may never ever see him again, but at least the venom isn't poisoning you 20, 30 years later. Negativity didn't ruin my day. Yeah, sometimes something will happen. Somebody will be rude to you in traffic, or at Starbucks, or your boss might say something stupid early in the morning, You could be really upset by some negativity, and for a lot of us, it will destroy the whole day. When I was a young girl, one problem on the SEPTA bus could derail my whole day. Now I'm quick to shake off negativity and move on to a more positive thought. I started honoring my boundaries with family. This is an important one because a lot of us have boundaries with other people, but not with family because they're family. And a lot of people's families get away with abusing them because of that mentality. A lot of people have this blood is thicker than water mentality. I grew up with that mentality, and it's really not healthy or positive because a lot of times toxic family members play on that. They like, well, I'm family. I'm uncle this. I'm this. I'm that's your mom. I'm your dad. They'll play on these roles just to abuse you, and you're thinking, well, they family. Don't let that go down, people. I stopped excusing harmful behavior. So many people will excuse their friends or their lovers doing things that are harmful. Let's say your girlfriend cheats on you and she cheating, or you think she cheating, she lying to you, she doing a little shady stuff, she moving funny. She ain't right. And a lot of people will let the harmful behaviors pass because they don't want to fight or they don't want to lose that person. They might be codependent or something. So this happens a lot. So not doing it is good. I started prioritizing myself unapologetically. I prioritize myself unapologetically. I do. And I know that narcissists do this too. Selfish people do this too. So your question may be, what's the difference? Well, the difference is that prioritizing yourself, making sure that you're okay, the self-care, the self-esteem, keeping promises to yourself. That is something that you can do simultaneously while being compassionate and caring and considerate to other people. Narcissists and selfish people don't do that. They're not going to be compassionate. They're not going to be caring. They're not going to give a shit about other people. But you, as somebody who unapologetically prioritizes yourself, you still do care about other people. And you might prioritize yourself, meaning, well, I can't do it Thursday because I promised myself I would do X, Y, and Z, but I can damn sure come help you on Friday morning. Is that okay? So you're still caring about people, you see? Whereas the other, the former, doesn't care about nobody but themselves. I stopped lying about being okay. If somebody asks you if you're okay and you trust them and they're sincerely asking the question, then it's a good thing to tell the truth that, no, I'm not okay right now. You don't have to pretend to be okay. If it's somebody you don't trust or you don't want to talk to them about that, that's different. You can just tell them, oh, I'm all right. You can kind of blow it off because you don't want them in your business. I feel you. But if it's somebody you care about, then it becomes, you know what? I'm struggling today. You know what? I need a little extra support today. You think you can come over? I'm really struggling with my mental health. Can you hold my hand? When you get to that point, you've come to a very healthy level of understanding yourself. And the last one says, I started trusting my intuition instead of ignoring it. I think this is my favorite one because my intuition has saved my life time and time and time and time again. So if your intuition is your gut instinct. It's just your instincts. I can't even say it any other kind of way, because a lot of people tell me they mix up instinct, their gut instinct, with their heart and their head. They don't know which one is which, okay? And my thing is that your intuition comes from your gut. When your intuition is talking to you, you just know, but you don't know how you know. You just know. It's really crazy, because one of the things they say to us in spirituality is be still and know. And that's exactly what happens. You just know. So you should always listen to your intuition, because a lot of times you're not going to know why your gut is telling you that. And I know for a lot of people, that's why they don't follow it. They'll be like, why would my gut say that? What's that about? So because they don't know why, they don't honor it. And that's a mistake. It's been plenty of times when I didn't know why, and I just honored it and figured out why later. I'll give you a perfect example. One day when I was a very young girl, well, I wasn't young, I was in my 30s. I was driving down the street and I was getting this lesson about intuition. I was learning it at that time and trying to figure out what was intuition versus my heart versus my head. So I'm driving down the street and something says, go to the right. That's what it was. Go to the right. Now, mind you, my turn was left. So I was like, and I heard it loud. I mean, it was like, go to the right. I'm in the car like, wait, what? Again, go to the right. Don't go to the left. And I'm in the car like, what? So when I got to the light, I went right. I just did it. I didn't know why. I just did it, you know, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted to go to the left because the place I wanted to go was the diner. I went to the diner and made a left-hand turn every morning and went to the diner, got breakfast, and then went to the right. This particular morning, I got that message and it was loud in my head. So I didn't do it. I went to the right immediately. I went to Dunkin' Donuts instead of the diner, which I rarely did. I didn't even like the Dunkin' Donuts. I liked the coffee, but I didn't like the sandwiches. It was a whole thing. Anyway, so I was down there, got my stuff, and went to work. When I got to work, the sergeant, we had a police base in our building, and the cop called me on my phone and said, did you go to the diner today? Because we both went to the same diner. And I said, no, I didn't go to the diner. And he said, good girl, because somebody got murdered in there. Okay. So my intuition told me not to go to the diner because at the time that I was making the turn, a man had been gunned down and murdered in the front door of the diner. So I would have turned right when the bullets started shooting. I didn't even hear no bullets. I had music blasting. I didn't even hear it. Okay. So when I would have turned, I probably would have ran right into the gunman. So what ended up happening, I found out later on the news, was that a guy came in to rob the breakfast place and the owner shot him to death. At the exact same time, because I always came in as soon as they opened, and that was the exact same time that this guy tried to rob the diner. So my intuition saved my life. So even if you don't know why your gut is telling you something, do it anyway and figure it out later. Trust me. All right, let's look at these positive comments, shall we? The first one is from Ben Chogda. I don't think I said that right. Please let me know the pronunciation. But Ben said, what will happen after two Aquarius break up? Two Aquarius? Either they're going to ignore each other for the rest of their lives if they're both feeling the same way, or they're both going to keep getting back together over and over again if they're both feeling the same way. Or one might be interested in the other one while the other one isn't. I broke up with an Aquarius woman. She's always wanted to get back with me. I got back with her one time and never went back again. And if I was interested, we could have did that dance for the rest of my life, you know, but I wasn't. So usually that's what happens with the Aquarius when they break up with anybody, but especially with each other. Now we have Breatha Empress. I think that's what that says. Let me know if I pronounced that right, my dear. I'll just call you Empress. Miss Empress said, wow, I am an Aquarius and love Archangel Michael. Oh, underneath this video, I did Archangel Michael t-shirts. They are really pretty. I had the artwork done by a Costa Rican artist. So if you want to check it out, look underneath this video for the Archangel Michael merchandise. I love Michael. Yes. I love this deck as well, and recently got the African Goddess affirmation cards and love them too. The African Goddess initiation book is the one I want, Empress. I really want that. I saw it on Amazon, and that deck, the African Goddess deck that I was using in that video, that deck is so beautiful. Yes, this particular goddess, the one that did all these works, the African Goddess initiation, the African Goddess affirmation cards, African Goddess oracle, I think it's called the African Goddess rising oracle, if I'm not mistaken. I have a video on this channel where I reviewed it, and that's where Empress put this comment. And that author is pretty darn good, and she has a YouTube channel. I've been watching her YouTube channel for a while now. So if you check out, Google the African Goddess affirmation cards, and the woman who created the cards, check out her YouTube channel. If you're interested in, she talks about a lot of stuff: spirituality, African goddesses, business, all kind of things. She's very intelligent too. All right, guys, it's time for us to get going. So you come back soon because I got a lot more to say. See you later.